What's going on, Seawolves? You're watching USG Hot Takes. I'm your host, A.T. Bianco, and today we have our guest, Caitlyn McDuffee, and she is here to discuss her new video series, The Keep Up.
Yes.
So thank you for being here with us today.
Of course.
How are you with hot foods?
Honestly, I'm kind of a wimp.
Okay.
We'll see if I could keep up.
So this is like a brave move for today.
Yeah, it really is. And I also have practice later, so this should be interesting.
Okay. All right. So you're a trooper for this one. All right. So you ready to get into it?
Oh, yeah.
So for the first sauce, this is the hot one sauce. And what we'll do, we'll take one bite. We'll cheers.
Okay, one bite. Everyone knows the rules.
Barstool, shout out right there. So one bite, we'll take one. And this one isn't that bad. It's got a little bit of a kick to it. But to start, tell us about the Keep Up and what your mission is for it.
Okay. So the Keep Up is a national news show done by college students for college students. And so the whole mission is to get young people more engaged in the news. And so it's actually on social media, and we spend so much time mindlessly scrolling through Instagram. So why not use social media to keep up and stay informed?
Exactly. How did this come to life, and why is this so important to you?
So I was actually an intern at Fox News.
Okay.
And so I met a bunch of journalism students from all around the country. And so I thought, why not link up and start a national news show? So that's kind of really how the idea came about. And yeah, so now it's just been a learning process getting into it and doing it. So it's been fun.
That's really cool. So as a national news show, do students from all over the country in college kind of send you their pieces and you air them on social media? How does that work?
So right now we have Boston University, Vanderbilt, we have kids in Ohio, and we're just looking to build that network right now. So right now it's kind of in the beginning stages, but I mean, if anyone watching this is interested, send me your resume.
So what email can they reach you at if they're interested in joining the Keep Up?
You could just reach out to me on Instagram.
Put that
send
in the
me,
bottom of the screen.
Yeah, slide into my DMs. How about that?
Cheers. There
Cheers.
you go. So you're a journalism student, right?
Yes, I am.
How has the J School prepared you for the post-grad mentality? And tell us about your experience at Fox News.
So it's actually interesting because I went into Fox News I took no broadcast journalism classes. So I was kind of just going for it. But eventually when I got to my junior year, we started taking broadcast classes and really just kind of taking my own initiative and just going for it and learning on my own and creating this own news show has been the best learning experience for me. But honestly, my internship at Fox, they invested in me so much. And I came in knowing nothing, and then I just feel so confident now, just starting my own news show and doing everything. So that's really props to them because they took the time to invest in me, the intern, which I'm sure many internships, you're running around getting coffee for your boss.
Yep.
I was writing scripts. They actually put me on air for 2 minutes. That was a crazy story.
That was nerve-wracking?
Yeah, that's actually another story if you want to get to that later.
All right.
But and this year they actually put me in charge of producing 3 packages that aired on national TV. Actually, it was 2 packages, but I helped with the 3rd.
That's cool.
Yeah, and they actually sent me out to Long Island, put me in charge of Tyrus, their talent, and I directed him the whole shoot. And I was in charge of editing, writing scripts, writing the anchor intro, everything.
That's awesome.
So yeah, by the end of my internship, I just felt ready to go, and that's why I started Keep Up because I felt like they really prepared me for that.
That's awesome. So through this internship, what's the most important thing that you walked away with that you kind of carry with yourself through producing the Keep Up?
So definitely my boss, Jen, her giving me the opportunity to produce my own package. And then Dana Perino, when she put me on air, and I didn't think that I could ever do anything like that.
Really?
So, and what she always says is find your strong voice. And so that's what I've been trying to do. And so just doing both sides of that, using my strong voice, anchoring my show, and then the more technical side, producing things, writing scripts, that's all thanks to them, yeah.
So can you tell us a little bit about your first experience on air for them?
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. So it's actually funny, I told you about Tyrus before. So there's actually 2 people with the same exact name as him. And so
I've never heard that name before either.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty crazy.
Wow.
So they booked the wrong Tyrus, and it was my last day at work, my first internship, my first time around. And I was going on air, but for 10 minutes, since they booked the wrong guest, Dana was just doing things on the spot, and I was like, shoot, she's actually gonna have extra time at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Originally, I was supposed to just like read from the teleprompter, just say a few words, thank you so much, goodbye.
Right.
But so they kind of put me on the spot, and she asked me tough questions. I had 2 minutes of airtime, and it was pretty crazy.
On national television?
Yeah, she grilled me
God.
too. She
Wow.
asked me really tough questions, and
Really?
I'm really thankful for that experience because I went in shaking.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I just didn't choke at all. I was fine. And
Prime time.
just talking in front of a million people, but I don't know. It was the most incredible experience.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
that was just something they just kind of threw you to the wolves and you just did it?
Yeah, I mean, they didn't really mean for me
Right.
for that to happen,
Yeah.
but it kind of I just went for it, I guess.
Right.
And it's actually crazy. When I got in the elevator to leave, I was just like leaving. It was the end of my internship. I met Suzanne Scott.
Okay,
We were
wow.
one-on-one alone in the elevator, and she's like, I just saw you on TV. I was like, oh my goodness, nice to meet you.
Okay, so I want to go back to that Suzanne Scott meetup later in this interview because it's a good transfer into the hardest question of the day.
Oh, interesting.
So
It's-
that's very
this
interesting
interview
that
is
you
gonna
said
get
that.
spicier,
Yes,
isn't it?
Yes, it is. So speaking of getting spicier, we're gonna get to the third sauce.
Okay.
This guy is called Pain is Good.
Okay, he's crying on
Yes,
the logo.
he
So
is.
am I gonna cry?
There you go.
oh
One bite.
God. I have to say, this isn't that bad so far.
So far, it's not, but it will gradually.
Do I have to like mentally
get
prepare
worse.
myself?
Yeah. Make sure there's nothing on your lips because it'll definitely burn.
Yeah.
So we're on the third sauce. Not that bad, so we'll get right into it. What extracurricular activities are you involved in, and what hobbies you take part in when you have free time?
Okay, so I'm actually on the women's lacrosse team.
Okay.
So that's been tough balancing this show, journalism major, everything. And I actually coach a few girls, so that's been great, just being a mentor for young girls. So, and then of course I have my keep up. So that's kind of what I do in my spare time. But it means a lot to be able to invest in the community and especially train young girls because women in sports is very important.
Right. So being a woman in sports, that's not the only thing that defines who you are. Are there any hobbies or talents that you have that maybe not many people would know that you have that you like really pride yourself on?
So my mom is actually a photographer.
That's interesting.
So
Awesome.
yeah, I've always been interested in taking pictures.
Okay.
And that's kind of, I guess, how I got into journalism. It's just, I guess, I love creative stuff, and this is
And
a
a
really
form of
great outlet.
storytelling, too.
Yeah. So I guess photography is one of my hidden talents.
That's really
You
cool.
probably couldn't tell by my Instagram though.
So working as a journalism student, you're a student athlete, and you're making your own show. How do you have time for it all?
Honestly, I'm in the locker room just like curling my hair, running to interviews. It's always been very fast paced, and that's the way I like to work. I don't like to have free time. I get bored.
Right.
But I am always running around, and the girls will always tease me. They're like, Duff, where are you going? Because that's my nickname on my team, Duff.
Duff. Okay.
I have mastered getting ready in like 5 minutes to
You
go
have
on
to.
air.
You
Yeah.
have to, for sure. Awesome. All right. So you ready to get to the fourth sauce? It's called Da Bomb.
Da bomb.
Da Bomb.
Beyond insanity.
Insanity.
Beyond insanity. That sounds like a workout, like
Yeah.
a fitness.
Like
I don't know.
Like a Zumba. Or
Yeah.
something.
I
All
feel
right.
like I took a class like that.
Cheers.
All right.
So that one's definitely got some kick to it.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
It's like an after.
Yeah. Yes.
I'm gonna need a second to
Yeah.
catch
Take
up
your
on that
time.
one.
Take your time.
Wow. Whew. Oh my god.
It burns. It burns definitely.
That made me so nervous for the last one. I'm like starting to cry. Wow.
What's been your favorite class at Stony Brook? and what about the professors stood out to you?
So my favorite class has been 310, and Professor Sanders has been awesome. He's kind of like my mentor for Keep Up, and so he actually bought me lighting for the show.
Really?
Yeah, because in the beginning
Wow.
I didn't really have approval to get equipment. So that means a lot, just that he believes in me and was able to invest in me. So he's great, and he's much
funny.
fun.
He's
You
funny.
know him.
Yeah, right.
He's very outgoing, very out there in the best way.
Right.
Yeah.
He's a very interesting man, and he knows how to capture his students when he just gives a lecture. He would definitely be a great professor to have on here. So Professor Sanders, if you're watching, come on down to the studio, eat some hot wings.
I don't think he can handle it. We'll have to see.
That might be a challenge. We might have to send this to him.
Yeah.
I think we should.
I'll show it to him. Don't
Okay.
worry.
Awesome. So that's an interesting take, for sure. It's definitely a hot take, pun intended. There's your pun. So are you ready for the last sauce?
I think so.
You think so?
Probably not. I don't know.
Okay. Take as little of a bite as you want.
Oh, are you calling me a
Cheers.
whip?
No, I just don't want you to cry. That's all.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so back to Suzanne Scott.
Okay.
Ready? So you're in the elevator with Suzanne Scott. You walk in. You have 1 minute to make a good first impression on her. What's your elevator pitch?
My elevator pitch?
Yeah.
Well, I think that young people need to be more engaged in the news, and I think it's interesting because Fox News has an older demographic, but come on, young people, we like to keep up too.
Right.
So I think starting it, and I mean NBC does Stay Tuned. So why doesn't Fox News have Keep Up? Because we're the next generation, we're in charge of the future. So I think it's really important to invest in us as well and grab our attention.
So in terms of pitching ideas, say to Suzanne Scott in an elevator, would you want Keep Up to go? Would you want the concept of Keep Up to kind of go to like a national news level?
Of course, I mean that's the goal always, and I do plan on perhaps taking this after college and keep on going with it. But I mean, who knows where I'm gonna be a year from now, but I really see so much potential in this, and there's so many amazing journalism students out there, and I think with that network, with Keep Up, if we really build it, it could be something incredible. Wow, this is really starting to hit me.
It's starting to kick in. So before we conclude here, when can students watch new episodes of the Keep Up? How can they stay informed? And what could you tell your viewers at home?
So right now, we're filming every Thursday, so there should be a new episode up every Thursday, unless I'm at a game or whatever it is.
Right.
But I think just staying up to date on the news, we all have Twitter. I think if you follow the right people, that's a great way to keep up with the news. Find someone you really enjoy reading, a great writer. Sorry, this is really catching up to me.
I feel you.
I'm tearing up. And also just subscribe to the New York Times or whatever it is. And just, even if you only have time to read the first page of the newspaper every day, just start with something. But it's really important because we are the next generation and we're the future and we're in charge of whatever happens.
Caitlyn McDuffee, everybody.
Guys, it's so hot.
Taking on the Hot Wings gauntlet like a champ. Thank you for being here with us
Thank you so much
today.
for having
I really
me.
appreciate it. This was great.
I'm leaving in tears. So I guess it was an emotional interview.
It was happy
It was
tears.
very emotional.
Happy tears. Happy
Yeah.
tears.
Oh, wow.
So, to our viewers at home, thank you for watching this episode of USG Hot Takes. I'm your host, A.T. Bianco, with the Caitlyn McDuffie. So go watch the Keep Up when you get home. Subscribe to us on Instagram at Stony Brook USG, SBUSG on YouTube, and Facebook at Stony Brook USG. So keep informed. Have a great day, Seawolves. Thank you for watching. You're watching USG Hot Takes, the hottest show on campus.